What's up, guys? I want to show you a dehydrator. Something pretty cool here. Now this one I've had a very, very long time. And what's this say? NESCO, American Harvest, Gardenmaster. This thing's awesome. This thing works by heat. It works by fan. I mean, I can even plug this in really quick for you. And you can hear it. Has a digital readout, has a temperature control. Right now it's at 90 Fahrenheit. I could turn it up higher, 120, 135, and then hit start. And off it goes. Now this thing has a fan. It's generating heat. It's moving all through the unit, which in turn is coming out the bottom there. And I can feel the heat coming out of this thing big time. And the heat doesn't come out of here. It's blowing out of here. Okay? And literally it goes down along the edges and then forces it back up is what's going on. This one's really cool. I've done a lot of things in this, from fish, not fish. I would never do fish in these. A lot of people do, but I won't. I don't want that smell in it. I've done jerky, fruit, vegetables, what do you call it? Herbs, like basil and stuff like that we've done in it. Lemon peels, crushed up, stuff like that. But I think these run about $100, something like that. I'll try and find this particular one and put a link in the bottom. But there are all kinds. You can make a lot of things with a dehydrator. And not just people who hike. A lot of people think, oh, you use it for hiking. Well, even if I'm not hiking, let's say I never hiked a day in my life, we do a lot of our own spices. Like, I grow my own basil, and we throw basil grows like crazy. And we throw it in there and we dehydrate it. Lemon peels, because we'll use, and then we'll crush up the lemon peels after they're dehydrated, and we'll use that in our food. We do a lot of our own natural spices instead of buying them. And that alone is going to save you a lot of money. Now, a good trick to use when using these dehydrators, well, let's say I am going out camping or I am going out someplace. What I'll do is I'll go buy some bags of frozen peas. And as soon as I get home, I just open the bags and throw them in the trays. And they're actually defrosting and dehydrating at the same time. And then I take them and throw them in my bags when they're all done, after a day or so. So that's a lazy way of doing it instead of actually cutting up your own vegetables. It's always better if you cut up your own vegetables and dehydrate them. It's a lot fresher. But I'll do that also. But let me show you why I originally wanted to show you this video. Now, a lot of people say, well, that's fine and dandy, but what if you don't have $100 for a dehydrator? You know, what do you do then? Let me show you. So, what happened here? Where'd this one come from? Well, believe it or not, let me pull this off, show you how this one works. This one has a heater coil in the bottom. And there's no fan. Not like the other one. There's no temperature, no nothing. Basically, you plug this in, this heater coil runs, and the heat works its way up through the trays, and it dries everything inside of it. Obviously, the other one's better. It's temperature controlled, it's got a fan and everything else. But I only paid $4.50 for this dehydrator. And I'm sure when it came out, it was probably, I don't know, maybe $100 or so. More than likely. But why did I get it for $4.50? Well, I happened to be near a Goodwill store, and I seen a big sign that said half off everything the last Friday of the month or something. I don't know. It seems like one day a month Goodwill has this big special where it's 50% off everything. And the place was packed. I mean, it really was packed. Everybody was in there grabbing clothes, just going nuts. Well, I walked down through the section where I seen TVs, radios, and this was sitting on the shelf with a bunch of duct tape on it. Man, it looked like hell. And I looked at it, I said, that's a dehydrator. And it had a price tag of $9 on that, so for half off, $4.50. So literally I got a dehydrator, not as good as the other one, for $4.50. And I thought, wow. Now really, if you're near a Goodwill or you have them near you, it's like a store that's ever changing. I mean, you really should be putting away 20 bucks, 30 bucks a month and heading over to the Goodwill and seeing what's in there. Now, you very well could go there 20 times and not buy nothing. You know, but I have seen sleeping bags, knapsacks. I even seen a titanium pot once, which blew my mind away. It was in there for $2. That you normally spend 60 bucks for. I mean, yes, you got to be patient. You got to take your time, but you come across stuff. Now, I would never do jerky in this because it doesn't have a fan. It's not really controlled. What I would do in this one, because the heat's coming up, I would use this one for basil, lemon peels, probably mostly doing spices and stuff like that. I would probably use it for. My other one, it does the fan. It's more controlled. You know, I do the jerky in there and the peas and the carrots and the stuff that takes longer, the apples to dehydrate. But the stuff that's thinner, I could very well do in this. And it was just a great deal at $4.50. You can't, who knows, maybe I'll find one of those ones in a Goodwill in time. But with the amount of stuff that is being produced and people are giving away, I am sure if you look long enough, you will find what you're looking for in a lot of items. I wouldn't even doubt that you start to find solar panels. I wouldn't doubt you start to find these things in your local Goodwills in time. Anything that's been out for a period of time, like when did this come out? Like, I don't even know, 5 years ago, 10 years ago? I mean, when did this brown one come out? And there it was in a Goodwill. You just never know what you're going to find there. And it's just a matter of being patient. But if you are considering a dehydrator and you're really going to take it serious and you never thought about using a dehydrator for everyday use, even if you don't backpack, I mean, like I said, I will go and buy frozen vegetables, peas, broccoli, whatever, not always fresh, and I will just throw it in the dehydrator when I get home from the grocery store and just let it run, and then throw it in baggies. You want to talk about easy. That's a real easy way to dehydrate very quickly. And then I've got myself vegetables really quick. I just add water to. So I'll see if I can find that one on Amazon and have a link in the bottom where it's got the fan. The dehydrator is probably $100 something on Amazon for you if you're thinking about a dehydrator. But don't sell your Goodwill short. I got this for $4.50. It does the same thing. It probably takes a little bit longer, but it does the same thing. So get on down to your Goodwill and have a look around. You just might be surprised what you find. Now, I find most of the stuff in there is women's clothes, stuff like that. Finding stuff for guys is a little bit more difficult. But there are times where you're going to grab something that's in there for the guys. But you have to be patient and you will come up with it. I mean, you can walk in a Goodwill, be in there 5-10 minutes and see what's in there and then walk back out. But you would have surprised how many people walk by this. I stood there looking at it for, I don't know, a good 10 minutes or so, and I watched people walk by it, and I was like, why is everybody walking by? I don't think they know what that is. I mean, these things go for $100. I was just like, wow, that's amazing. And I got it for $4.50. Anyhow, check your Goodwill out. I'll catch you guys on the next one.